Do you remember the first time you held a portable music device in your hand? Ah, that sense of liberation, the sheer thrill of holding your favorite tunes, your own personal soundtrack, right there in the palm of your hand. It was something magical, wasn't it? You see, music wasn't always this portable. There was a time when we were tethered to our stereos at home. Then came the Walkman, a revolution in its own right. It was the first device that truly made music portable, making our favorite songs a constant companion on our journeys. From there, we saw an evolution that brought us to the Discman, then to MP3 players, and then to the iPod, each device reshaping how we consume music. And now we have Spotify, a service that puts the world's music at our fingertips. There's a certain magic to it, isn't there? Let's explore that magic together. Imagine it's the 1980s and you've just gotten your hands on a brand new Walkman. Now let's take a moment to rewind back to the era of big hair, neon colors, and of course the Walkman. This little gadget, no bigger than a paperback novel, was a game changer in the world of music. Invented by Sony, the Walkman was the first music player that truly allowed people to take their tunes on the go. The Walkman was more than just a portable cassette player. It was a cultural phenomenon. It transformed solitary listening into a public, visible activity. With a pair of headphones and a personal soundtrack, people could create their own private world, even in the most crowded of places. It was a unique experience, a personal concert for one, anytime, anywhere. And let's not forget the mixtape culture that the Walkman spawned. Friends would spend hours, days even, curating the perfect mixtape, a collection of songs that told a story or captured a mood. These mixtapes became a unique form of personal expression, a way to share music and emotions with others. But the Walkman did more than change how we listen to music. It changed the music industry itself. It was the first time that music became truly portable, and this shift in consumption led to a rise in demand for cassettes. Artists and record labels had to adapt, producing music that would sound good not just on a home stereo, but on a Walkman too. The Walkman era was a time of great excitement and innovation. It was a time when technology and culture intersected, creating a seismic shift in how we perceive and interact with music. It was the moment when music became a constant companion, a part of our daily lives in a way it had never been before. The Walkman was just the beginning of a long journey in the evolution of portable music. From cassettes to CDs, MP3s to streaming, the spirit of the Walkman lives on, reminding us of a time when the world was at our fingertips and the soundtrack was ours to create. Fast forward to the 90s, and CDs have taken over the music industry. Compact discs, or CDs, were the new shiny object of fascination, embodying the essence of the technological revolution. And with CDs came the Discman, a portable CD player that allowed music lovers to carry their favorite tunes without lugging around a boombox. The Discman, launched by Sony, was a sleek, compact device that could play CDs while on the go. It was the epitome of personalization, allowing individuals to curate their own playlists by burning their preferred songs onto a disc. With the Discman, music was no longer confined to the living room. It was now a constant companion on bus rides, park visits, and even on the morning jog. However, the Discman was just the beginning of the shift towards digital music. The late 90s and early 2000s saw the advent of MP3 players, devices that could store and play digital audio files. Unlike the Discman, which required physical CDs, MP3 players could hold hundreds and eventually thousands of songs in one pocket-sized gadget. This was a significant development in music consumption. MP3 players transformed the way we listen to music. They introduced the concept of shuffle, allowing listeners to mix up their music and experience different songs back to back. This sense of unpredictability and surprise made listening to music an even more enjoyable experience. But perhaps the most significant impact of MP3 players was the way they shaped our music listening habits. We no longer had to listen to an entire album in the order the artist intended. Instead, we could cherry-pick our favorite tracks and skip the ones we didn't like. This level of control and customization was unprecedented and forever changed our relationship with music. CDs and MP3 players were a game changer, but the best was yet to come. From the Discman to MP3 players, each advancement in technology brought us closer to a future where music would become more accessible, personal, and portable than ever before. But this was just the tip of the iceberg. The real revolution was just around the corner. Scene script: enter the new millennium, and with it, a shiny little device called the iPod. As the calendar rolled over to the year 2000, the world of music was about to be rocked by a revolution. It was a revolution that would change how we buy, store, and listen to music. This revolution came in a sleek white package, a gadget no larger than a deck of playing cards, yet capable of storing thousands of songs. This was the iPod. The iPod was more than just a music player. It was a statement. A statement that music was no longer bound by physical limitations. It could be stored digitally, in ones and zeros, and carried in your pocket. But the revolution didn't stop there. The iPod was merely the vehicle. The fuel that powered this revolution was iTunes. iTunes was a game changer. It transformed music from a physical commodity into a digital service. No longer did you need to buy an entire album just for one song. With iTunes, you could pick and choose the tracks you wanted. It was a la carte music served up at 99 cents a song. This was revolutionary. It gave consumers more choice, more control. It democratized music. But the impact didn't stop at the consumer. The iPod and iTunes also shook up the music industry. They shifted the balance of power. Record companies, once the gatekeepers of music, found their influence waning. Artists could now reach their fans directly without needing a record deal. It was a disruption, a shakeup, a wake-up call. Yet, as transformative as they were, the iPod and iTunes were not the end of the story. They were a major milestone, a significant chapter in the ongoing saga of music's evolution. But as with all things, change was on the horizon. The iPod and iTunes were a major milestone, but the music landscape was about to change once again. Fast forward to today, and music is more portable than ever, thanks to streaming services like Spotify. The rise of Spotify and its counterparts has been nothing short of a revolution, upending the very fabric of how we consume, share, and interact with music. These streaming services have become our personalized radio stations, our intimate concert halls, and our vast music libraries all rolled into one. They've made it possible to carry millions of songs in our pockets, a concept that would have seemed unimaginable in the Walkman era. In a world where everything is increasingly digitized, Spotify has managed to create a space that feels personal and intimate. It's not just about listening to music anymore. It's about discovering new artists, creating playlists for every mood, and sharing those experiences with others. It's about having a soundtrack to your life that evolves with you, learning your tastes, and suggesting new music that you might love. And it's not just the listeners who benefit. Artists, too, have found a platform that allows them to reach fans worldwide, without the need for physical distribution. It's a win-win situation where music becomes more accessible, and artists gain more exposure. The power of data, too, cannot be overlooked. Spotify has harnessed the power of data analytics to offer a personalized music experience. It knows what you like, what you might like, and even what you're likely to like in the future. This kind of predictive modeling has forever changed the music industry, making it more focused on individual listeners. Streaming services have also democratized music. No longer do you need a massive record deal to be heard. Anyone can upload their music, and if it's good, it will find an audience. This has led to an explosion of creativity, with new genres, new artists, and new sounds emerging all the time. From the Walkman to Spotify, the evolution of portable music has been a fascinating journey. It makes you wonder, what's next? From vinyl records to streaming services, music has always found a way to adapt, to evolve, and to make itself more accessible. And as we look to the future, it's exciting to imagine what the next chapter in this incredible story will be. So, what does the future hold for portable music? As we stand on the cusp of tomorrow, we can't help but speculate on what advancements lie ahead in the realm of portable music. Could we be heading towards a world where artificial intelligence generates personalized tunes for us? It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? Imagine stepping into your favorite artist's concert from the comfort of your living room, thanks to virtual reality. Or perhaps we'll see the rise of smart wearables that not only play music, but also adapt it to our mood, or even our heart rate. The possibilities are boundless. We might even witness the integration of music with other forms of media, further blurring the lines between entertainment platforms. The future promises a thrilling symphony of technology and music, an orchestra of innovation that we can't wait to experience. Whatever the future holds, one thing's for sure: music will continue to be a vital part of our lives wherever we go.